Hello everybody. Today we're going to use n8n to search for one specific lead inside our SuiteCRM system. Okay, so let's go. I would first like to define our goal or target. Here we've got the list of leads. At the moment just 2, but it could be like 200, 2000, doesn't matter. And I'm searching for one specific lead based on, let's say, their email address in order to continue working with my integration and automation of process tasks triggered by other systems. So, and how to do this? First of all, of course, you need to know the email address that you're searching for, and you need to know how to search for this. So we need to have our CRM system. Take the documentation as well, because that makes things easier. And we need to have an automation system which can reach our SuiteCRM system. Check out my 2 videos on, first of all, preparing SuiteCRM for API access. And second, this one here where we build up the first integration option between n8n and SuiteCRM. Because this workflow is from there and we're going to use this one to build up on it. So here, what I'm doing is retrieve the token from the SuiteCRM API, and then I retrieve one lead. Just double check whether it works. It works all fantastically. Here, I'm retrieving one ID, and this is basically what I don't have in most of the cases. So in integration projects, you often have emails or whatever that you can search for in the other system, but seldom you've got an ID. If you have an ID, it's already perfect. You don't have to search. You can work with it directly. But let's assume you don't have this luxury and you would need to search for it. So you can start by duplicating it. And I would call this search SuiteCRM lead. So I've got a new workflow now. This works just the same way because we didn't change anything token. But instead of SuiteCRM lead and get one, we're going to change this a little bit. So first of all, this one here is search SuiteCRM lead. You can be a bit more specific by email, and it could be email 1 as a reminder that there are some specific weird email 1 field that exists for the API basically. So, and what do we do now? Let's first check the documentation of how this is being done. So you have the options of retrieving or using a get method for retrieving one data record. But if you don't add the ID here at the end, as you can see, you can get all accounts, or you can get a list of accounts. You can have numbers and pagination here for the accounts. And what we can do additionally is we can filter. Let's check out how the filters work. So let's go into the example here right away because it's easy to understand. If we want to filter the leads, we need to add leads or replace this one with leads. We add a filter. Here's the name of the field that we want to filter by. In our case, it would be email 1. And then there are operators, as you can see here. So really make full use of this and filter everything which is greater than and then date or whatever. But here I just want to have equals, and then instead of customer, I want to search for one specific email address because maybe for my marketing automation, I retrieve this email address and then I want to integrate it into the CRM, or from my mail inbox. Now I want to automatically create the email in our SuiteCRM system, and this is how we can accomplish to find the right contact or lead or whatever. So simply copy this one here. So module / is the last bit that I don't need. And let's compare this. It's still a get request. So therefore that's good because we're just reading something. Module / was the last, what I don't need anymore. And now I just have to replace, like we discussed already before. I want to have leads, filter by the field email 1. And now This one comes now from your marketing automation. You would filter this one here by that email address. So that's basically it already. And of course, if you integrate this with something else, Mautic or your email inbox or something, then this you will have the information here, and then you would need to use the email address from the parameters or the variables here, but for our purposes at the moment it's fine. Authentication, no, because we've got the header. Header is accessing the JSON access token that we have in the element or node just before this one here, and then ignore SSL. Yes, because I'm using this on a local environment, and the response format is JSON, just in case n8n doesn't parse or recognize it properly. So let's look quickly into the output. If we just get one lead by ID, and then you can see I've got the JSON in general here, and then I've got data, and then I get the lead directly. So now I test this step, which is not by ID anymore, but I get the whole list view with only one result. So now you can see how this changed. Now we've got an array here. That means our result is at the moment an array of 1, but I could have searched for something where last is part of the surname or something. And then it would be an array of 2 at the moment. If you have like 100,000 leads in your database, and then you're searching with something like all leads living in California, and then you will have plenty of records here inside. So in our case, we've got one record, which is this lead. We don't have to check the ID because we can just check the details here. And as you can see, here we've got the email address that I've used to filter out all the leads with this specific email address. In our case, there's only one, and therefore that fits perfectly. What can you do with this one now? As I mentioned before, now you've got the ID, and the ID is usually what you need when you want to relate a new email that you store inside your SuiteCRM to this specific lead. Or if you have like a marketing automation and there are some web forms being filled in, you want to have this lead and you want to add this touch point information inside your CRM system. So this is very powerful here, and it would help you to automate even more things in your SuiteCRM system by using software integration. And yeah, the sky is the limit here. You have your environment, you've got your processes, and you can best imagine on what and how you can integrate now your different processes and your source data inside or via n8n into your SuiteCRM system. That's all for this video. See you next time. Bye.